And would you believe Ben Foster has signed for someone, Wrexham, and he joins us now to tell us just what on earth he's thinking. Hello, Ben Foster. How are you?
Hi, Andy. Hi, Teddy.
Hey, Ben. How you doing?
Are you all right? You well?
Yeah, good as gold, mate. Good as gold.
Firstly, congratulations on the new club.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah, a bit out of the blue. But nah, I'm looking forward to it, mate. I am. At one point in training today, because I've trained today. At one point in training, the heavens opened. It was blowing a gale, and I just looked around for a second. Thought, really? But nah, mate, buzzing for it. It was wicked. It was wicked.
Okay. So that was the first time you trained in how long, Ben?
9 months, mate. A proper training session. First time.
You're going to be feeling it tomorrow, then, huh?
Exactly that, mate. Ask me how I feel tomorrow morning, then we'll see how it is.
Ben, how did it come about, this deal, then?
Pretty much out of the blue. The goalie Rob got injured on Saturday. They were playing on AstroTurf. Unfortunately, got his studs caught in the ground. And he did I think he's done a little bit of cartilage or a bit of a ligament or something like that. Anyway, he's out for the rest of the season. Wrexham have got 8 games left. They're top of the league. They're 3 points clear. And yesterday morning I went out on a bike ride, did a nice little sort of like hour blast, got home and my phone was just on fire, people texting. And anyway, it was the manager, Phil Parkinson. So just spoke to him, and he was wicked. I've never spoke to Phil Parkinson before, but he was absolutely top class, and he was sort of very complimentary of me. And he was just, listen, if you're interested in it, if you want to come in and give it a go, then we're all ears. So that was it, really. That's where it came from.
I know Parky really well, Ben. So yeah, doing a great job up there, and and also his assistant, Steve Parkin, was my right back when I played for England under 18s, I think, or maybe under 21s, all those years ago. I don't know if Parky remembers that.
Yeah, you will do, mate. They've got a great little team. Yeah, they're set up there. They're a great team. They're, like I say, Phil, I've never met him before, but straight away, you can tell he's a football man, real down to earth, and he's just surrounded himself with good people, whether that's his assistant or his coaches or the players that are out on the pitch as well. You know, I've walked through the door today and just good people everywhere, and that's what I want to be part of.
And a bit different owners as well, you got, right?
Slightly. Good, I like it. Yeah, slightly different owners this time round, mate. Again, even that, I'm talking to Phil, and he's telling me about some of the stuff that Ryan's done sort of behind the scenes that people haven't even heard of. I mean, there's a lot of people who would have already sort of oh, can you hear me? Somebody's trying to
no, it's okay. We can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, so he's just telling me about some of the stuff that he's already done behind the scenes that people haven't heard of, or probably doesn't even want people to hear of. And he just sounds like the absolute dream. Genuinely, he sounds like the absolute dream. He's always over. He's always trying to watch the matches. He's genuinely interested in it. I think a lot of people, when he first took over, were quite skeptical, and they were a little bit worried that it was a bit of a plaything or a media stunt. But he's in. He is completely into it.
Have you spoken to him yet, Ryan Reynolds? Have you got his phone number? Are you due to meet him at all?
I think he's flying in today, actually, to come and watch the game on Saturday. He actually slid into my DMs today. So once the news had been announced, he slid into the DMs. So I'm buzzing now. I've got Ryan Reynolds all in there. I ain't even replied to him yet, mate. I'll leave him hanging for a bit.
What did he say? Read it out to us, Ben. What did he say?
I'm on my phone. Hold on, wait there a second. See if I can. Right, I'm on. Okay, I'm trying to do this on Zoom for you as well. So the camera angle is going to change and all that.
That's fine. That's fine.
Let's have a go. What's he say? So when he took over at Wrexham, I 100% slid into his DMs, and this was about 6 months ago, right?
Yeah.
So I slid into his DMs saying, mate, right, buzzing. I used to play for Wrexham. You probably don't know this, but if ever you're available for like a podcast, maybe I'd love to come. Like, we can talk about it. Blah, blah. Anyway, he's replied now with a, mate, sorry I didn't reply. Sorry I didn't reply. But he's put, I'll definitely do the podcast with you. Thank you for signing. Basically along those lines, like, this is going to be massive for us. We need to get out of this league. We want to get up into the Football League. And that's about it, really. But really sincere as well. Like, it's nice, that, isn't it? And he's put his phone number on there. And
what's it? Read out his number.
Plus what? Yeah, good.
Let me ask you then, Ben. Right? Let me ask you, because of course you were linked to Spurs, you linked to Man United. If Spurs would have been taken over by Robert De Niro, would you have signed for them?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably. No, I've had, mate, honestly, the amount of offers I've had, even in the last 4 or 5 weeks, really, it's just come out of nowhere, really. But I've had so many offers in the last 4 or 5 weeks, some mad ones, far-flung ones, and it's kind of sparked my interest a little bit. I won't lie, and there's been a few that I've been close to really contemplating and thinking about doing. But this one came across yesterday. It was so easy to do as well. Like when it comes to negotiations for things like this, because I'm not worried about getting paid or anything. It's nothing to do with that, to be honest with you. It's a club that's kind of close to my heart. I was there 18 years ago in 2005. It was the team that gave me my springboard really for the rest of my career. So I don't know if a lot of the listeners might not know this, but I was on loan at Wrexham in 2005. We got to the LDV Vans Trophy final. We actually won the final. We had Darren Ferguson playing for us that day, and he was captain. His dad came to watch the game. I did really well in the game, and the rest is history. I ended up signing for Manchester United probably 2 months later. So I owe a lot to Wrexham. So it's almost like football's gone in full circle. So it's quite nice. Really.
Just going back to what you were saying before, it's a great story, by the way. Just going back to what you were saying. How close were you to signing for a few other clubs? Name some clubs, because I know Spurs were heavily linked to you. What was the deal there?
Yeah, Spurs was one of the teams. Yeah, so it's a case of they have to find out if I'm interested first and foremost, and that was even straight away was yes, I would definitely be interested. I was a boyhood Spurs fan, so it's something I would have contemplated. So at that point, then they have to go to the Premier League and they have to try and get special dispensation to see if they can sign another goalkeeper on an emergency signing. The problem that they had was that they had Fraser Forster fully fit and second choice goalkeeper Alfie. I can't remember his second name. He was 23 years old. So he doesn't really count as like a youth team goalie or a reserve team goalie or anything. He still counts as a senior goalkeeper. So that straight away just sort of got chucked out. So that was the one with story. But yeah, that was the Spurs ones. But I've had some weird and wonderful ones from, I can't even tell you the team names, to be perfectly honest with you, some from far-flung countries of the world.
Okay. Any other Premier League teams coming for you?
Other than Newcastle earlier in the season, no. Again, even that one though, Newcastle, that was 9 months ago, and this is no slant on Newcastle, I promise you, but it's a different situation. I'd have had to go and leave the family. I'd have had to go and live up in Newcastle. It is a completely different scenario to what it is today.
Do you think, because you're 39, Teddy and I were speaking off air about the age of a goalkeeper. 39 is not that old for a goalkeeper. Has this made you think perhaps you retired a little bit too early?
No, definitely not. I've got the last 9 months have been the best 9 months of my life, Andy. No chance, mate. What are you on about? I've had a brilliant time. So what this is about is trying to help Wrexham get back to where they belong, and that's back in league football. They're too good to be in non-league. They really are. They've got everything now. They've got the owner, they've got the infrastructure, the players as well. Even today, I'm training with them today, and I'm watching thinking this is not National League standard. This is Football League standard without doubt. So that's what this one is about. But with regards to whether I retire, definitely not. No, I'm more than happy with the decision that I made. Like I said, there's only 8 games left. The best part of 5 or 6 weeks, and hopefully I can help the team get on the pitch, put in some performances, and get us back up.
And before I let you go, listen, I know that you are absolutely massive on YouTube. You've got your own YouTube channel. It's ridiculously successful. And one of the things I think that kickstarted actually your YouTube career off was the fact that you had the GoPro in the goal behind you when you were playing and so on, which so many football fans absolutely love, having that insight. Is this something you'll be doing with Wrexham? Have you asked? Are you allowed to do this?
I will definitely try and do this. I will 100% try and do this, Andy. I think people have loved the vlogs. I think Wrexham are one of those teams where they've embraced digital media. They've embraced, so obviously welcome to Wrexham, the Netflix hit series, hit show. And even today I've turned up to the building and there's massive cameras everywhere. They're in the changing rooms. They're everywhere. And this is the kind of access that people are sort of craving. They're absolutely dying for. And I started doing this a couple of years ago with Watford when we were in the Championship, and it's the same sort of reaction really. People just loved it. They loved that peek behind the curtain. I went a little bit further and I put the GoPro in the goal, and you get to see it from a really unique and different perspective. You get to hear the commentary, you get to hear the way I talk to players on the pitch, and that if I can do that again for Wrexham for the next, like I say, 8 games, then boom, everybody's a winner.
Well, listen, you have, as I said, one of the best YouTube channels out there. Just give it a little mention. I know people listening will be desperate to see more footage.
Thanks very much. Yeah, that's the Cycling GK on YouTube. We've also got a podcast called the Foscast Podcast, which incidentally, incredibly, we did a podcast about joining Wrexham, and that's out now as well. That's over on Spotify and YouTube as well.
Okay. Ben, listen, you are one of the nicest people on the planet. I know I drove you absolutely mad to come on today, but I really appreciate it. I'm guessing everyone wants a piece of you. So here at talkSPORT, we really, really value the fact you've given us 10 minutes. Very kind of you.
Pleasure. Only for you, Andy. Only for you, mate. I promise you.
That's very kind.
Nice one, Ben. Good luck, mate.
All the best, man. I don't think you need it. Of course, you're a superstar, but thanks so much for coming on, Ben.
Thank you. Cheers, Teddy. Nice to talk to you too, mate.
Cheers, mate.
There you go. Wonderful Ben Foster, who's back playing professional, semi-professional, whatever you want. Is it professional football? National League?
They will be professional.
They will be. Well, they will be anyway.
They're paying enough money to be professional. I've got to tell you, man.
You retired from, is it Stevenage 2015 was your last side, is that right?
No, I managed Stevenage.
Who's your last team you played for? Do you not play for them?
Colchester. I didn't play for them.
Says it Stevenage in front of me.
Colchester. Who's giving you that information? It's getting a whack round the head, isn't it?
2008 was Colchester.
Yes.
Did you? I mean, how old had you have been then when you retired?
I think I just turned 42 when I retired. Yeah.
Did you have to retire through injury, age?
I probably went on maybe 2 years too much.
Oh, okay. So you did it at the right time.
I was still enjoying myself, and still people wanted me to play, and that was good enough for me. But I was probably past my best by 40.
Okay. talkSPORT Drive with Andy Goldstein, Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.